Okay, so I wanted to do a quick review of a new ukulele that I just got. This is a Synergy Opus Harp Ukulele made by Emerald Guitars in Ireland. And it's, one, it's just beautiful. It's just pretty to look at, and it sounds great. But I want to talk about some specific things. First, shipping wise, it took 5 days, 6 days to get from Ireland to the United States where I was at. So shipping was very reasonable. You won't be waiting long for this uke when you buy it. So let's talk about some of the stuff that came with it, and then we'll get to the uke itself. It comes with this really nice ceramic handmade mug with their logo on it. They're each individually made there in Ireland, and I love Ireland, so that was a really nice touch. It comes with this really, really nice gig bag. I'm sorry, going out of focus there. And to talk about this bag, it's got their logo on it. It's got a really nice big area in the front here for all the stuff that you're going to store in there, extra strings and cables and stuff, because it is pickup ready if you order it that way. And just a nice big space on the inside. You've got this little movable holder for the neck, so that it's locked in there pretty tight. And this is a very well padded bag as well. And then there are a number of carry options for it. You've got a nice little handle here. You've got backpack straps, and I've had some other gig bags with backpack straps that, they're tiny. They would fit on, a 150-pound person. I'm 250. This fits on me just fine. And then, a nice rugged side handle. And then it's even got clips, and it comes with another strap between these clips for like a single shoulder carry bag. This is a really well put together bag. A little spot for a card, so people can find you. Hopefully someone would be honest enough to give it back. I think I would. I don't know. We have to see. So now to the ukulele itself. Mine has a pickup installed. You can ask them to do that. The LOR Bags pickup. The volume is very subtle right here under the strings. You can turn it up and down. And then the pickup is this bottom button down here. Now I was concerned how many buttons it was going to come with. It was just going to come with the butt button, and then I'd have to install another button here. No, it came with the other strap button already attached, so it's ready for a strap without you having to do anything to get it ready. Now, the pickup works really well. I've recorded some things. You can go to my YouTube site and look at a couple of things I've recorded. I've only played this type of instrument for, today is day 2, so I don't have a huge background with the harp, so it's still very painfully slow for me to reach for these strings. But the strings are close enough to the uke strings that it's not difficult to get to them. These are very easily tuned, and I want to talk about the tuners. They're very precise. They hold well. I've been really happy with the tuners so far. The uke strings that came with it are these are not it. These are Kamaka strings, which I switched almost immediately. They came with the fluorocarbon Diodero strings, which were very bright, and they sounded fine. They feel thin to me because I'm used to these Kamaka strings, the thicker, basically acoustic guitar, classical guitar strings, and so they felt thin. They felt like they were cutting into my fingers. So I preferred these thicker Kamaka strings. But sound-wise, they're about the same as the fluorocarbons. There's not much sound. So if you prefer the thinner strings, you can leave them on. There's no real reason to change the strings. The intonation on this instrument is very good, and I've just replaced these strings, so they're still stretching. The intonation is as good as the Kamaka that I have. I have not found many other instruments other than the K-brands in Hawaii that have that sort of intonation all the way up the neck. And this is flawless in terms of the intonation. So I'm very happy with that. The carbon fiber is interesting to me. I live in Colorado. It's a very dry place. And so, with my Kamaka, I'm having a special humidifying system to make sure there are no cracks in it and it doesn't dry out. I'm not super comfortable taking that ukulele camping. But with this carbon fiber, I'm not going to have an issue with that. I'll take it camping. It will be able to deal with the temperature changes in a way that a wood instrument can't. That being said, this is not as punchy when it's just acoustic as the solid wood Kamaka. I mean, I don't think that's a fair comparison for a carbon fiber against solid wood like that. That being said, this is a much warmer tone, and I think it's because of the extra space in the body and this sort of sympathetic resonance that you get from the bass strings when just playing the ukulele strings. I saw someone else try to record this, and it's really hard to hear. But what I hear when I'm playing, say, a C, is the humming of the bass strings ever so slightly that gives it increases the sustain, and it gives it almost a slight reverb sound, even though I'm not even touching the bass strings, and it makes everything warmer sounding, even though I'm still playing in this higher register, not even touching the bass strings. But when you play the bass string on top of there's almost a slight little reverb sound to it as the bass strings continue to hum, resonating the notes that you're playing down in the lower, the higher register, and the lower part of the ukulele. So I am extremely pleased. I think the hardest thing I've had to deal with this instrument was changing the strings, and it's because unlike the tie system that I'm used to with Kamaka and other ukuleles, this has little plastic balls down here that you put the string through, tie a knot, and then the ball goes into these grooves. And once it gets tightened down, it works just fine. But I'm used to being able to leave this end alone as I focus on getting this end the way that I want it, the right length and wrapped in the right way. But if you focus too much on this end, these little balls will pop right out until it's tight. If that's the biggest hardship I have with this ukulele, I'm absolutely ecstatic. So hope you pick one up. I would recommend it. And take care.